Hi, I'm Trent Bosch from Trent Bosch Tools, and today we have a new product to show you. We started making tool rests for your lathe. The tool rest is a pretty important part of our connection to that lathe and how we interact with that lathe. And so we started playing with a lot of prototypes and seeing if we could refine that tool rest and make it even better than some of the other people out there that are selling tool rests. And we feel like we have some pretty interesting releases here for you. So these are our asymmetric tool rests, and that allows that tool rest to basically act longer than it actually is. So with that asymmetric design, when we're working with that inside of a bowl or reaching inside your form, this 13-inch tool rest can reach in quite far for a 13-inch tool rest. So it gives you lots of use of that tool rest without extending it and making it totally large and cumbersome. We have them in 3 different sizes. So this particular one is the 13-inch. We also make a 10-inch version and then a 7-inch version of that asymmetric design. So let me show you the normal symmetric designs. They again are available in the same sizes, that 13-inch size, the 10-inch size, and the 7-inch size. But again, they have all the features of the asymmetric tool rest, being that they're very low profile. You can really get a good angle on your tool should you be using a shear scraping technique or just trying to really get in some tight locations. That really low profile makes a huge difference in what we're doing. As well as we've made quite a low profile on the tool rest itself, so it allows it to get into the forms a little bit easier too, depending on the kind of access we have. So with those features, we've also got a nice hardened rod on the top of the tool rest, which resists any dents or dings or anything that can happen while you're turning. And we all know that the smoother that surface is, the smoother, the nicer, the cleaner the surface we're going to translate right into our forms. We haven't forgot about everyone out there that has mini lathes as well. So we have both asymmetric and symmetric designs in the mini lathe version with the 5/8 inch post for mini and midi lathes of all different manufacturers. So they're super cool little versions of our large tool rests and come in a 5-inch version and a 7-inch version. Another feature that we think is super important with what we're doing is they all come with a little collar for height setting. So what I do when I set my collars up on my tools is I have an 1.25 inch spindle, and so when I'm setting that collar up, what I do is I slip it under right under the threads, and just so it clears under those threads. And that's kind of the lowest position that I tend to ever have my tool rest in. So when I am adjusting that tool rest, I only have to adjust it a small amount. Rather than adjusting up and down a 2-inch area, I'm only adjusting up and down a smaller, maybe 1/2 inch between all the different size tools that I have. Why don't I go ahead and show you, each tool rest is composed of 3 different components that we machine in our shop here in Fort Collins, Colorado. Obviously the post, that's an important one. And then the main support, which we plasma cut out of sheet steel into the shapes that we have for the various sizes. And in that support, we've milled a groove in the top of it that accepts this bar, this hardened bar that is the top of the tool rest. And then it's all TIG welded together. So we go ahead and TIG weld that bar on top there, and then we TIG weld the tool rest post onto the support for the tool rest. All in all, it just makes for a really strong, durable, really useful tool. And then to top it all off, after we're done, we're powder coating these in a variety of really fun colors. If you're familiar with our tools, we have a lot of colors that we use in our tool handles and our various products that we make. So we thought it would be great to go ahead and do that same thing with our tool rests. So if you go ahead and look at all the various sizes and styles of these tool rests, there's definitely one for everybody. And Me personally, I use this 13-inch and this 10-inch a whole bunch. Those are my two go-to tool rests for what I do. If you happen to be doing smaller objects, that smaller version of the tool rest is super handy too. So I hope you get the chance to go ahead and order one and try it out. Should you have any questions, feel free to ask below or give me an email or a call. Feel free to comment or like this video, all the whatever the kind of stuff that we need to do to these videos so that other people see them. I always appreciate that. And I hope to see you at an event sometime soon, and come check out our tool rests if you happen to be there.